Hey everyone, Dr. Newman with the Head and Spine Pain Center. So, question today is, how do you buy healthcare? And what I mean by that is, once you say, for example, have a condition or you have a need to seek out help. Maybe you have headaches, maybe you got back pain, maybe you have vertigo, maybe you have some other neurological things going on, and you said, you know what, I want to seek help for this. You've maybe looked on Google, maybe you looked online, you found Facebook, maybe you've talked to some friends and you say, okay, you know, I've got an office I want to go to. How do I know if this office is the right office for me? And I wanted to put this video together because a lot of times I get asked these questions as well, and we spend a good amount of time explaining to people what makes our office unique. And it got me thinking, if a lot of people have these questions, you might as well. So I want to give you 3 questions that may help you make your decision. And number 1 is ask the provider how they practice. What techniques do they utilize in the office? And techniques, especially in chiropractic, are important because there are so many different approaches. It's a little bit frustrating, to be honest with you, in my field that so many people can't agree, and each technique claims to be the best. And this isn't a technique video. This isn't about what is the best technique. You need to be comfortable with that provider's technique. But it is important that if you've got certain conditions and that provider is going to quote studies, to know if those studies done were the technique that practitioner provides. It's a little bit of in my opinion, a sneaky trick that chiropractors use, because all chiropractic is not the same. I just want to make that clear. There are a lot of great chiropractors that practice techniques that I don't practice, and just like any field, I feel like there's really good people in the profession and some that are questionable. You need to make sure that you're comfortable with the provider you choose, and that technique question will help you decide that. Secondly, how does that provider measure the effectiveness of their technique? One of the key phrases that you'll hear in chiropractic is, we treat the root cause, meaning we treat the spine, we treat the nervous system, because the nervous system affects the entire body, all their functionings. But that's a partial truth, because you can be very general and adjust the spine. Doesn't mean that you're treating the root cause. So I would ask, how do they objectively know what the cause is? And then how do they objectively measure their effectiveness of their treatments? What do I mean by objectively? Let's say, for instance, you don't feel good, you feel hot, and you say, I got a fever, I don't feel so good. That's a subjective, that's how you feel. But if you put a thermometer and say, oh, I measure 100.3, that's an objective finding. It's important to use objective findings in addition to the subjective findings, because sometimes if you just go by feel, you can be tricked, because side to side we have a lot of variations in our makeup, anatomically especially. So objective findings, how do they measure? And thirdly, how are the treatments customized? It's important to have customization in your treatments, because we're all different. Everyone has a different condition, like we talked about, different anatomy, different makeup, and the treatment should be customized to not only you as a person, but also your condition as well. If the practice is, seeing it's kind of like the mass production and everyone gets the same general treatments with a little tweak here and there, it may be a red flag that that treatment is just a general cookie cutter treatment. And look, guys, I'm not pointing the finger at any office. I'm not saying that certain providers do or don't do this, but I think it's a good question for you to ask. How is your treatment going to be customized to you? So I hope those 3 questions help you in your decision-making process. If we could be any value to you, if you have any questions, reach out to us, give us a call, shoot us an email. Until then, everyone, have a great day and make it the best one.